There's never a boring day at the office when you're talking about sales, right? Um, so when it comes to excitement, there's always things that are exciting, but they're not necessarily always good excitement. But you're always fine tuning your skill sets. You're always interacting with different people. You're always dealing with different personalities, different cultures, different technologies is very exciting. We have a very large portfolio, and to be able to see so many different cybersecurity companies or service companies, consultancies, and their unique spin on things and their angles, and to try to get market response. It is so much fun to be able to unpack all of these different type of companies and their creations, and then trying to really get it out there into the market and be able to get some revenue for them, but more so product adoption and idea adoption. That's exciting.
And when you look at businesses, what type of sales cycle, sales process management challenges that you have been observing?
Well, more often than not, what's happening over the last, I would say, 15 years is that the emergence of, no offense, the podcast, the emergence of the blog, the emergence of YouTube coaching, right, has given people a false sense of understanding in terms of what it takes to actually sell something. Carey Institute did a study a few years ago that 92% of all founders and CEOs have never been on a sales floor before. So the assumption is, I believe my product is great, so everybody should think my product's great. That's not necessarily the case. I care about my product, so everybody should care about my product. Not really the case. Also, at the same time, my sales cycle should be XYZ from the beginning, whatever that number is. And that's also not the case either. So, what we have found is that oftentimes a lot of companies are aware of what their sales cycle should be. Sometimes it's vetted, sometimes it's not. And if they do have a sales cycle in mind, we often ask them, well, how do these deals come about? Usually it's through, networks or a friend, and that doesn't really count for a sales cycle. But a pure cold outreach, like that person had no idea who you were 2 weeks before and you're closing them, how long did that really take? But more importantly, on top of that, how long did it take for you to actually get the call? So everyone talks about sales cycles.